All right, hello and welcome everybody to the St. James City Council meeting on October 21st, 2025 at 5:30. I'll do roll call, everyone is here. Can I get a consideration to approve the minutes from October 7th, 2025 council meeting?
So moved.
Steve.
Second.
Kathleen, I'm gonna give it to her. All right, on to payments of claims and ACH payments.
So moved.
Hannah.
Second.
Sue, any other discussion? All right, and we're going to close the meeting. Oh, yeah, can I, sorry, yep, I didn't even do that for the minutes. Jeez, okay, go back to that. Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Payments and claims of ACH. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We're going to close the meeting and open up the public hearing. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Hannah and Paul.
Sure.
All right. So the public hearing, we got 7A, project number.
To vote on that,
Do we?
to close it or not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, vote.
I thought we weren't voting to close it.
You gotta make a motion in a second, and then you have to do a vote, and then,
To open it. Oh, yeah, sorry, not close. Open it, yes. Is there a motion to open it?
You did that.
Oh, can I, all in favor, raise a hand, right? Or is it an aye?
voice.
I don't know what's going on.
It's okay.
Aye.
It's okay.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, 7A, project number 24X.135115.00, 7th Street South, 13th Avenue South, and Moulton and Parson Drive, proposed assessments.
Adam.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is the final assessment hearing for the 7th Street South, 13th Avenue South, and Moulton and Parsons Drive improvements. You can go to the next page, Tammy. Just give you a little project background on this. This was a project that we applied for some LRIP funding, the Local Road Improvement Program. The City of St. James was successful in getting about $1.4 million. That money went towards the construction costs for the street and storm sewer improvements. The project provided a second paved surface back to the hospital and kind of completed that loop around the hospital. We also installed sanitary water main and storm sewer in the residential areas, and then also finished off Moulton and Parsons Drive. The contractor for this project was Dirt Merchant from Mankato. Here's the project location, everything kind of highlighted in green there. Like I say, on the northern end, that was more of a traditional reconstruct in the residential area. And then, you know, as we move south there, some of that was a gravel road that was then improved into a final bituminous road with a sidewalk on the one side. And then on the south end there, we put in a brand new road with underground utilities there as well. So special assessments, the city did decide to, you know, assess the properties along this project. We use the same basis for assessments as we've done on previous city projects. Typically what we like to do there is property owners are assessed about 20% of the project cost, and the reason for that is that makes you eligible for a lower interest loan. So that's what our target is there. So property owners are assessed 20%. The city is responsible for then the remaining cost on that. The calculation for how we came upon the assessments for the streets, the street and storm sewer, we take that based off of the front footage. So what that means is we take what your lot is on the front. Most of them in that area were about an 80 foot. There was maybe one that was a 90, and I think another one that was 120. So we take that and then we times that by a rate of what we do per foot, and that's how we come about for the street and the storm sewer assessment. For the sanitary and water, we kind of lump together the costs, and then we just divide that out on a per each basis. So if you get a service on that, everybody is assessed at the same rate for a sanitary and water service. You know, if you have a corner lot, we look at if it's the long side or the short side. If it's the long side, you get a reduction in that where it's only half the length of the parcel that's abutting an improvement. If you're on the front side or the short side, it's 100% of that. Okay, Tammy. So after reviewing the proposed assessments, the residential properties were capped at 12,500. I think there was only one that actually came down a little bit on that one, and that was just due because it had a lot more front footage than the typical lot out there. The total project cost was a little bit over 2.3 million. So, we're looking at the property owner assessment was $291,000 and $404. So the total city portion was at a little over 2 million, but like I said, we got that grant money from the LRIP that, the 1.4, so really that's about, city out-of-pocket cost was about 600,000. Assessment rates there, I got them listed there, the street and the storm sewer, that was at the $37.27 a lineal foot. In the residential area, water main service was a little over $3,700, and a sanitary service was just shy of $2,200. The commercial area, that was more down in the hospital area. Those are a lot more because that included the cost for the mains on that. That's why that one's is elevated through there. Okay, Tammy. The assessments, they can be prepaid with no interest. Payment must be received within 30 days of the adoption of the assessment roll. So that'd be 30 days from today if the council acts on that. If it is not prepaid in that window, the assessments will be certified to the county auditor, and they'll be added to the property tax statement starting in 2026. What we're looking at there is equal annual payments. The city had a 20-year payment period, so it'd be over a 20 years at an interest rate of 5.5%. So that's what they'd go on the taxes. Anytime in the future, anybody can come in and pay off the remaining assessment. Just so as long as they do that before, I think it's November 15th. I think that was in the notice that you received. So that you don't get charged interest for the following year. There is an option for deferment of assessment. There are cases where if you're 65 years of age or older, a person who is retired by virtue of a permanent and total disability, or a member of like the National Guard or other reserves ordered to active military service, this applies to homesteaded properties only. If you're interested in that deferment, you'd have to contact the city about that. Additional information was provided in the assessment notices that were mailed out to the affected properties and also posted in the paper. I guess with that, I can wrap that up and see if there's any questions that I can hopefully answer.
The only thing I was going to add is that the council's not taking action tonight on the final assessment roll. We'll take that action at the next city council meeting.
Okay.
More or less listen, and then we'll take action at the next council meeting.
So I guess at this time, opening it up for the
Public?
public. If they have any questions, they can come up. And maybe I should just back up and just give maybe a project update on that. Right now, they're out there temp seeding it. We're going to come back in the spring, just kind of the timing of the window of the seeding right now. We're going to wait, and then we think we get a better product seeding it in the spring. So they'll be back out there, come April, May to rework the ground and then do the permanent seeding on that. Right now, the road is open from 10th down to a little bit past 11th, so all the residents can get in their driveways. We're looking at opening up the remaining part of the road once we get the signs installed, the stop signs. We're putting in 3-way stop signs at both 11th and then 13th. So we're waiting on getting those signs put in. Chad was saying that the county was going to assist them with that, but their truck is kind of down right now. So probably looking at opening the road sometime next week, I think, would be fully open to traffic. Other things that's gonna happen next year is we'll put the final lift of bituminous on. You'll see that there's a little lip down at your curb right now. That'll get put on next June as well. And then at that time, they'll raise up all the castings, the manholes, and put those in. So that's kind of the remaining work that we have out there right now. So I think with that, I'll open it up to any questions anybody has. Yes?
So my driveway goes down underground in my garage.
Yep.
And they took out my drainage system and they capped it. Is there any way I can get that hooked up or?
We provided you with we stubbed out a pipe on the north side of your driveway. What we found there is that dumped into your sanitary sewer, which that's considered an illicit discharge. We can't have storm water going into the sanitary system. So that's why that got capped. I believe they talked with you about that, and yeah, so there is a pipe on the north side of the road that we stubbed out for you to connect that drain into, but you're responsible for making that connection.
Oh,
Do you need a location on that? I'd be happy to come out and kind of.
Location and what I'm supposed to do to get it
Sure. Okay. I can talk with you after the meeting if you'd like.
perfect.
Okay.
All right, no other questions?
Is the city gonna do any help on watering at all?
No, typically the city doesn't help with watering. You want to add more?
With the temp seeding right now, we will not be doing any watering. This is just to get by through the winter. And then next spring, they'll come in and reseed it all. So,
Yeah, and I would say with seeding, it's contractor comes in, they seed it. If you really want that product to grow, I would highly encourage homeowners to water it. I think you have a little bit more success there, or we're kind of at a little bit of what the gamble of what Mother Nature brings us next year and what the growing conditions are. So, yes, I mean, if you're concerned about it, I would highly encourage you to, set up some sprinklers to help that along.
Where are these trees going to be planted? Between the street and the sidewalk, or the sidewalk and the house?
Oh, that's- Chad, answer.
I haven't decided that yet. It probably won't be until after next year, so.
Because if it's between the sidewalk and the house, I mean, the leaves, you might as well just dump leaves on the roof, And you don't want them, too close, and now that all that's been taken out, I'm feeling bad because the only two trees on that entire property I wanted saved were those two lemons.
Sure.
It took 40 years for them to get just the perfect size. They weren't big high, but they blocked out some of that western sun.
Sure.
It just brought me to tears.
And then that's just one of the unfortunate parts about, construction and then the location of some of those trees is that,
I've never seen a block with sidewalks just on one side. Why?
it's part of our, getting a pedestrian to go all the way out to the hospital, multimodal. It's not just about the cars. We got to look at the walking traffic too, and I think that's part of our the citywide sidewalk plan. I think that was just a decision we said that looked at not impacting everybody in the neighborhood there with it, so we just decided to put it on one side, kind of a cost.
Just ruin one side, the side that gets the worst sun.
I don't say you're ruining it. I mean, we made walking better for the community right there, so I wouldn't say you're ruining it. Maybe did we not meet up to some other individual standards, but we didn't ruin it by putting a sidewalk in there. We made it better and more efficient for people to be able to get around and walk.
Wouldn't it have been even more efficient then to put a sidewalk on the other side?
I mean, possibly, but that's maybe not what the study showed.
Yeah, I would say our recent projects, we've only implemented one sidewalk for cost effectiveness, and then essentially left it up to the city engineer and the council as to where we're placing that, with the expertise, so that's where the city went in that direction. But, I mean, since I've been here, we haven't installed double sidewalks on both sides, it's only been on one.
Well, I mean, in areas that we've had sidewalk on both sides, we put it back in. If we go through a street where
Yeah.
we don't have any sidewalks, we look at, do we put it on both sides? Do we do we want to put it on at least one side, so that we have that access for pedestrians and, little kids to play out on the sidewalk, that whole thing. Yes, it is unfortunate that part of the project is that we got to take out trees to make these improvements. We also don't want to necessarily leave the trees in if we're digging around them with a water service or a sanitary sewer service, digging into the roots. Then also if they're real close to proximity to a sidewalk or a curb and gutter, that now we just spent all this time and money to put these improvements in, and then now these trees start pushing this stuff up again, and now we got issues with sidewalks heaving because of roots, or your curb and gutter gets pushed up, and then now you don't have proper drainage on it. So yes, it's some of those neighborhoods, they do have these nice shaded trees, and it's really nice, but sometimes you got to kind of hit that reset button, and unfortunately you're living in that house at that time. We hit the reset button and we come back in, put in the new trees, and then we allow that growth to happen again, so.
Yeah, practically over the house. I mean, it's just because those yards are not that, wide between the street and the house. And I just, anybody walking that sidewalk, are you ever gonna leave, have curtains open or anything, any time of the day? People, I might as well, open the door and say, come on in and take a tour, it's too close.
Well, yeah. Any other questions?
Is there any other questions about the assessments? I mean, really, that's kind of what
That's what the hearing's on.
the hearing's about is what's getting assessed to the property owners. I mean, if you want to talk about design or something else, feel free to catch me after the meeting.
All right.
Yeah, that's one more.
Yep. Any other questions? Can I get a motion to, no, we're not doing, yeah, we're just closing it now. So can I get a motion to close public hearing? Paul?
Second.
Kathleen? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
We will now open back up the city council meeting. On to old business. 11A, consideration to approve the second reading of proposed ordinance number 032, fourth series street vacation.
So the document in front of you is the proposed ordinance vacating portion of 9th Street South. That is in connection with the proposed 12th Avenue South Highway District Expansion Project that's designated to occur hopefully next year. We are needing to vacate a portion of 9th Street South in order to access the pond area. We had our first reading at our last city council meeting on October 7th. This serves as our second reading. And if approved, then we'll move to the resolution to approve the publication verbiage with that. Is there any questions on the proposed ordinance?
I move we pass the proposed ordinance, dispense with the reading.
Second.
Sue, Steve, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Supposed to read
Is that a hand? That's a hand?
Yes, hand. Yep.
Sure, raise a hand. Sounds good. All opposed, same sign, motion carries.
And I dispense with the reading as well. Sorry if I was supposed to.
Perfect, yes.
Ah, good. Not only I make mistakes. All right. On to new business. 12A, consideration to approve resolution 10.25.05, vacating a portion of 9th Street South in the city of St. James, Minnesota, and authorizing the title and summary of publication.
So the attached resolution formally approves the vacating the portion of 9th Street South. This resolution also approves the title and summary for publication. And essentially the verbiage that will be if approved. Published in the newspaper is the City Council of St. James has adopted ordinance 032, the 4 Series, vacating a portion of 9th Street South in the city of St. James in connection with the proposed 12th Avenue South Highway Expansion Project. The effective date of this ordinance will be October 30th upon publication in the newspaper. If that sounds favorable to the City Council, we would look for a motion to approve.
So moved, dispense with the reading.
Hannah?
Second, dispense with the reading.
Paul? Any other discussion? All in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 12B, consideration to approve resolution 10.25.06, approving demolition of city-owned property located at 923 5th Street North.
Yeah, this one's for you, Sue. So the city does own a vacant home that we picked up on tax forfeiture a couple years ago. It's located at 923 5th Street North. Brandon worked to get 2 quotes. The lower quote was $12,500. This resolution will approve and authorizes city staff to work towards the process of getting this house demoed. And then essentially we would resell a vacant lot for development. So if everything looks in order, we would look for a motion to approve this resolution.
I so move we approve this.
Sue.
Second, dispense with the reading.
Kathleen. Any other discussion?
Thank you, Brandon, for doing that work. That is awesome.
Hey, if I can help demo that thing.
Me too.
All right. All in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 12C, consideration to approve resolution 10.25.07, approving routine CSAH maintenance agreement with Watonwan County.
So this is a resolution that approves an agreement between the City of St. James and Watonwan County for county state aid highways. Chad and his team has supported some maintenance efforts on county and state highways. With the new county engineer, we're putting together a formal agreement to lay out what the city is responsible for and what the city is not responsible for. And with the agreement, for the first time, we will actually get reimbursed for our efforts. So I'm very excited to have this put into place. So the city will help maintain just shy of 20 lane miles, 19.76, and we will be reimbursed at $1,297.71 per mile lane. So we are excited that will help some revenue here also for the general fund and the street operation. So if there is, I can take questions. If there's no questions, we look for a motion to approve.
So moved, dispense with the reading.
Hannah.
Second, dispense with the reading.
Steve, any other discussion?
It's about time.
Yeah.
I have been on here a long time, and we've been doing this work for free. So it's time that we get reimbursed. We were promised kind of, sort of money, never appeared, so this is exciting for us.
Most definitely. All in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 12D, consideration to approve resolution 10.25.08, approving heat share agreement with the Salvation Army.
So this is a program that the city has participated in for several years. It helps, it's a positive way for the city to be able to help residents, especially those in need with the rising energy costs. The program is effective from October 1st of this year all the way through September 30th of next year. And again, this is something that we've partnered with the Salvation Army in order to provide some assistance for individuals needing help. So if I am available for questions, otherwise we'd look for a motion to approve the resolution.
So move, dispense with the reading.
Paul?
Second, dispense with the reading.
Kathleen? Any discussion? All in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 12E, consideration to approve resolution 10.25.09, granting a lot division for property located at 1000 County Road 104. Brianna.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
We received a lot division request for 1,000 County Road 104. This is where the old Hickory Inn building is. They are desiring to divide the property into two separate tracts so that one can be used for a restaurant and the other to be a storage building. We are primarily reviewing just the parking plan for the building, just because of the city code requiring off-street parking. I believe you were provided with the report, if you can look. I know there was a bit of question on the location of the division. It is going to kind of separate about 20 parking lots into the storage area, leaving about 35 to 40 for the Hickory Inn building. There was discussion at the planning commission meeting regarding a parking plan being provided before the business would, if and when would open. And so the planning commission at their last night, October 20th, planning commission meeting did recommend the approval of the lot division request with the condition of that parking plan. Because the Hickory Inn building is not located adjacent to a public parking lot, all the parking is essentially on the building, or on the property. Yes, is there any questions? There was no public comments provided at the public hearing, at the last night's public hearing, so all good to go.
With them not being an adjacent parking lot, we have some off-street parking on the side.
Yeah, it
And then
was.
also across the street, if it were a huge, big old city party and we needed more parking spots, we could go over to the pool parking lot and people could walk across the street. Would that,
Right,
that would,
the campground parking lot, yeah.
yes, that would work. Okay,
It could, yes, it could work. This is just what the city code requires for off-street
sure.
parking.
Okay.
It's just for flow of traffic, of course, you don't want too many vehicles in the area, can slow down traffic and create some distractions.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve?
I so move to approve.
Sue,
Dispense with the reading.
dispense of the reading?
Dispense with reading.
Second, dispense with the reading.
It's all right, it's one of those nights. Kathleen, all in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Brianna. On to 12F, consideration to approve resolution 10.25.10, recognizing the Life-Save event and honoring those that are involved.
So we're going to do essentially an award ceremony or presentation. Sheila is here to present some awards. So the resolution that Chris, our mayor, will read aloud essentially is going to recognize the life-saving actions that extended the life of Amy Sandmeyer, and we're going to honor those involved with those actions. So after we approve the resolution and Chris reads it, then we will have Sheila come up and conduct the presentation of awards, and we'll take photos. Those being honored this evening are Eric Gratz, Arturo Martinez, Seth Ranke, Preston Mix, Terry Thaleen, Abby Trickle, Randy Nelson, and Megan Savalan. Okay, so I'll let you take it over.
All right, so I will read the resolution here. This resolution recognizing the Life-Save event and honoring those involved, whereas the city of St. James acknowledges the heroic and life-saving actions that extended the life of Amy Sandmeyer. And whereas on July 6th, 2025, emergency responders, medical personnel, and bystanders acted swiftly and courageously to save and extend the life of Amy Sandmeyer. And whereas through their coordinated efforts, compassion, and professionalism, these individuals provided critical care that allowed Amy Sandmeyer additional time with her loved ones before her passing on July 15th, 2025. And whereas the quick thinking, training, and teamwork demonstrated by Eric Gratz, Arturo Martinez, Seth Rinke, Preston Mix, Terry Thaleen, Abby Trickle, Megan Savalan, and Randy Nelson resulted in the preservation and extension of life, showcasing the highest standards of bravery, skill, and community spirit. And whereas the city of St. James wishes to formally recognize and commend the individuals involved for their outstanding contributions to public safety and well-being. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of St. James, Minnesota as follows. Section 1, the City of St. James formally recognizes and expresses its deepest gratitude to Eric Gratz, Arturo Martinez, Seth Rinke, Preston Mix, Terry Thelene, Abby Trickle, Megan Savalan, and Randy Nelson for their life-saving efforts. This event shall be recorded in the official records of the City of St. James as acknowledgement and exemplary service and commitment to the community. A copy of this resolution shall be presented to the honored individuals as a token of appreciation for their dedication and bravery.
Perfect.
I so move that we approve this resolution.
Sue?
Second?
Kathleen? All in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you guys so much for everything.
Okay. We'll do an official copy that's like
A little bit
embossed
nicer.
and, yeah.
Yeah, it's much gooder.
All right, well, thank you guys for inviting me to come and do this here tonight. I do have a little thing that was written up by Mark Meredith, who is our director of South Central EMS. We've got on July 6, 2025, responders from the St. James area were notified of a person suffering a possible diabetic emergency. Within minutes, personnel with St. James EMS and the Watonwan County Sheriff's Office arrived to find that the patient's husband was attempting to provide oxygen, and upon assessing the patient, found her unresponsive and pulseless. CPR was quickly started, and as additional responders arrived, they were able to fully and effectively apply their cardiac arrest protocols, including the application of the Lucas device and requesting advanced life support care. Moments before arrival at MCHS St. James, the patient had a return of spontaneous circulation, also known as ROSC, and care was transferred to the civilian staff. Successful outcomes of out-of-hospital cardiac arrests are rare, with about 1 in 10 victims surviving. In instances where the victims survive, early CPR and rapid transport are the foundation of success. In this case, 6 responders from 3 different agencies were able to build upon the early actions of the husband. Although the victim ultimately succumbed to issues related to this emergency, the quick and decisive actions demonstrated by these crews allow the family an opportunity to say some precious goodbyes. On behalf of Dr. Mike Wilcox and all of us at the South Central EMS Regional System, congratulations on a job well done. All right. So first we have St. James EMS. Who wants to come up?
Don't everybody rush up at once.
Next one is the St. James PD. Watonwan County Sheriff's Department.
We'll take,
They are not here.
we can take that and give it to her if that's okay. Thank you.
All right, now if I get the names wrong, I'm so sorry. We've got, can I go Megan? Allen?
Yep.
She is not here.
We'll take it with the Watonwan County Dispatch.
All right, Eric Gratz.
We'll take that one.
Sheriff's Department.
Yep, we'll take that one too. I promise they did get the invitation.
Preston Mix. Seth Reinke.
He is not here either.
Yes.
Okay.
Terry
Thelene.
Feline.
Thelene.
And Randy Nelson.
Where's Abby Trickles?
All right.
Do you have another one?
Should we,
For
Abby Trickle?
Abby? Okay. Mark will we will get you one, Abby, I promise.
Abby, do you want to hold this and?
She's got,
Yeah,
ooh.
we'll get you.
Can you guys?
We will get you.
Yeah. Step together,
Everybody's
All right, well, thank you guys all again for that. It's happened more than not around here, I feel. We've had a lot of those, but that's a great thing. Shows what kind of emergency response we have in our community to help be there for everybody and showcase that. It's awesome. Moving on, we'll go to the reports of the boards. Sue?
I was at Coffee with the Mayor today. It was very interesting. There was a small crowd, but a long discussion.
Very.
Yeah, I'll let you finish the rest of it.
No, go ahead. I always forget to talk about it. Kathleen?
Nothing.
Mike? Amanda?
Well, I just want to say, first off, congratulations to everyone involved in the Life is Saved event and extending Amy Sandmeyer's life. I think that's incredible. And I would agree, it shows how our team works together very well. I also want to there's a family emergency at the theater, so the theater is going to be closed this Friday, but it will reopen on Saturday and Sunday. And then I also just want to make a note that we have some refreshments after the council meeting. So anybody who would like to celebrate the Life Save event, please do so and stay after. We have refreshments. That's all I have.
Yes. I'll piggyback off of Sue's Coffee with the Mayor. Today we kind of discussed helping out the youth with their futures and what the school is offering for these children. It's an awesome thing what they're doing there now, trying to give them a leg up on their college education, just kind of helping them save that money instead of going off to college and, I'm going to say, waste 2 years of their life doing something they think they want to do, coming to find out that they don't want to do that. And I think they said they've saved kids about 170 or 107?
170,000 something.
Yeah, $178,000 they've done so far, just giving these kids opportunities in our school. So, I mean, that showcases a lot of good things that are happening at our high school here in St. James, what we can offer. And they're continuing to build off of that. So we're going to try to get some stuff out there for them to maybe do a shadowing of different careers that we have here in town to maybe bring these kids back after they get a college degree or start a business up here in our community to keep it going. So
I think another important part, it's not just college. They're doing the trades and people that are just leaving school. They said it's like a third to college, a third to trade school, and a third going in the workforce. And they're trying to hit all three of those groups.
Yep. So I think it's going to be a great thing we have going here. It's going to, of course, like everything else we're doing in our community, it takes a little bit of time, but it's good to see that glimmer that we are growing and building, and we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Chris, you have the movie?
I have the movie. The movie for this weekend, October 24th through the 26th, is Roofman. A charismatic criminal, while on the run from the police, hides in a hidden space of a toy store. There, he adopts a new identity and becomes involved with an employee, beginning a relationship as unlikely as it is risky. The movie starts at 7 p.m. on Saturday, 4 p.m. on Sunday, and all tickets are just $5.
Paul?
No.
Hannah?
Nope.
Steve?
Nope.
Department heads? Yeah. Give it a try.
Hello. Well, I just wanted to remind you that tomorrow at 9, we do have our grand opening and ribbon cutting of our brand new car wash, laundromat, and pet wash. 9 is when they'll cut to the ribbon, and then there's a short tour, but that is the grand opening, so he'll be open after tomorrow.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you. All right. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Hannah?
Second.
Sue? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned at 6:09. Thank you, everybody.